So Nahla, it's been almost a month since you've been interning at the Hub. What has your experience been so far?
It's actually covering more than I've expected, because thinking of being an Instagram intern, I thought like it's gonna be easy, a little bit easy, but it's actually a lot, and I've learned every aspect of it, like content writing. I learned Photoshop, I learned Illustrator, I learned Canva, I learned even how to use Wix.com. I've learned a lot over the past month that if I've taken a diploma or a course or something, I wouldn't cover it in like 4 or 5 or 6 months. So that's one thing. And the second thing is how to understand the way people communicate here, because it's a whole new country for me, and it's very hard to understand these small things on a personal level. But when you're in an organization that you meet new people every day, whether it's an event or a co-living or a co-working, then you get to know all people and all ages, and then you will understand how to communicate and all.
But you're just getting used to how things work over here. How do you understand what all these different kinds of people with different backgrounds are saying, and then be able to understand it well enough to share it and tell their story on Instagram and on our social media channels?
First, after people here at the Hub has helped me a lot, for example, backing me up or telling me yeah, this is how it works, because they have, of course, a previous experience. Other than that, it's people in India here are very cooperative as well. So they have made it easier for me to understand, and they have no problem to repeat if I don't understand the accent. They also use body language to make me understand easier.
We love to use body language, yeah.
Also, what's common between the two countries are the family-oriented thing. So here you can have a best friend. You can have someone to talk to trust, to give your full words to. So it's not like a country without a culture or something. No, here it's people-oriented place, you know. So they make it easier to communicate and for a foreigner to understand, especially when they're coming from a similar background.
That's interesting. And you mentioned some of the tools that you've used. So you said Canva and Photoshop. But since you're spending so much time on Instagram and I've seen the amount of content you put out on a daily basis.
True.
How do you find the balance between quality content and quantity?
Okay, so I have to, if there's an event, I cover it. And that will be to show people what's happening at the Hub right now. If there is no event on that day, I'll be very keen to keep the followers informed with the upcoming events and what we're gonna offer later, so they won't miss out any event that is coming up, as well as to keep them followed up with what happened already at the Hub. For example, you missed opening Instagram today, so you will not know we had a pet adoption event or a dance workshop, but later at the end of the month or something, you will know what happened during March or during April. One last thing I also care to do is the interaction. So I keep popping up questions in the middle of nowhere, or make a sudden quiz, or roll a poll. If, for example, once I went shopping to Chumbak, so I can redecorate the co-working space, and I've actually taken people's opinion about what to buy. I got so many responses that I was so happy that the followers are
Yeah, and I think that's something that's always super exciting for me when we bring on interns, is because like you said, there's so many things you learned in just such a short span.
Yeah.
But I think there's so many things we learn too, and our audience gets a new, fresh, creative perspective on what it's like.
Because why would you follow a page that is not active?
Yeah.
Right?
It's amazing that just the engagement, the spike in engagement has almost doubled since you've taken over. And considering this is the first time you're managing Instagram for such type of a business, it's amazing what you've done.
Thank you.